Orientation is for all new students. It's an overarching program, and then within orientation we have wilderness and we have community-based.
So Logistics Week is more or less, it allows us to have the time in the front country to take care of personal things before we leave.
The first day is like breaking up into your groups and meeting your instructors and meeting your peers. People introduce themselves in terms of their preferred pronouns so that students that are coming here with different gender identities than just a male or female binary feel welcome.
My orientation instructors make sure that we develop interest in each other's interests.
We do a day hike that week. We do a service day with the Forestry Service.
It's great to have this much help. A lot of times it's just me and maybe one or two other people, so it's really good to see all these people out here.
1, 2, 3.
Whoa! Wilderness, of course, 21 days of backpacking, pretty intense.
I was really confused about what it was. I was like, oh, it's a 21-day like outward bound type course, or is it an orientation program? Was I teaching classes? It turns out yes. Was I taking students into the wilderness? It turns out yes. And was I orienting them to a new way of being in education? And it turns out yes.
How I get video of everybody.
I was like, I want to be an instructor for that. That's what I kept telling my instructors when I was on orientation. I was like, I want to lead this someday.
We hung out at the SAC, which is like the Student Activity Center most of the time. And so there they like helped us pack and like told us what to pack and took us to the hike shack and like made sure that we all had like enough gear.
It's really important that new students know that we have a commitment to make sure that if you sincerely can't afford the gear, we have a whole closet of donated gear to make sure that everyone has the access to wilderness, because we know that buying gear can be a financial obstacle for many.
A lot of what you do on wilderness orientation is walking, and you learn a lot of backcountry skills. You do lessons in the backcountry.
I came in the winter and I was told I was going to go to the Grand Canyon and the Superstition Mountains. Like, when was I going to be able to do that again?
I was terrified. I mean, I've been on a couple like car camping trips.
Oh, this is interesting. It's out of my comfort zone. I've never done this before. So I was like excited, but I was also very nervous.
You will also on wilderness be engaged in discussions, delivering presentations, taking notes, keeping a natural history log.
I like giving a presentation in the wilderness a lot more than in a classroom. I feel like people are more focused and engaged.
It was super easy to get along with my wilderness group because we were out in the wilderness and we were always here for each other.
You can come in to Prescott College orientation not even having taken a walk in the park before.
I have a deep love for wilderness, and I always will. But I've developed this really deep love for community-based as well, and creating it to be an equal opportunity to have that immersive orientation experience.
If you choose as a new student to be a part of community-based orientation, you'll be based in Prescott, and just like any other block class, you're going to have class Monday through Friday. There will be some field trips that you go on.
We went to the Grand Canyon, the zoo up here, and then we were in class and we'd learn like how to give a presentation, how to give self-evals. Like, we learned things that we need for the rest of our time here at Prescott.
You'll be doing service projects.
They get to spend some time outside, so hopefully they get some orientation and some grounding to the land around them.
I feel good helping these people. All of us doing this is like a week's worth of work for him.
Be careful of the cactus!
People who are gathered here want to create community here. People come here with a really long story typically, and so coming here with that story and actually meeting people who want to hear it and share theirs and like be embraced by a group of people is a really cool feeling that I think I've seen happen in the wilderness and I've seen happen in community-based now.
I was really trying to reach out to everybody. I was like, hey, we gotta stick together, we gotta like still hang out and stuff like that.
And you come out of it having like this family that you can use as a support system through your first semester.
Just part of the soul of the college. This is what we're all about. It's just great seeing the students. It's great seeing them happy and excited. They're bonding. They're going to remember this through the rest of their college experience and probably for the rest of their lives.
The strength of the orientation program is the ability to take people from a wide range of groups and backgrounds and age differences and combine them in this unique experience where you're working together as a team for a collective goal.
It's so cool to be grouped up with such random kids that are being enrolled into Prescott, and we all end up getting along so cohesively.
I've seen many students feel transformative. I've had students whose parents didn't believe that they could do it or who they didn't believe they could do it, and just like how that changed their life and how they felt empowered and confident in a way that they would have never felt, I think, without it.
Orientation is for everyone, especially when it comes to there's community-based and then there's wilderness-based. Everybody has a place in this. People are blown away by what they were able to do. And so I think you don't know when you get here. You just don't know. And like from what I've seen, it's overwhelmingly a good thing.